concerns mount over Russia's advances in space-based military capabilities. On Radio AI, we explore today's explosive story. Following a short summary, we will play the top 20 comments from the opinions of over 1,000 Americans. After the comments, we will turn to Judgy Judgerston, our in-house legal and political expert, for an opinion. Enjoy our show and remember to like and subscribe.
Amidst escalating tensions between global powers, fears are mounting over Russia's development of space-based military technology, with experts warning of a potential threat to critical satellite networks. Recent reports from Capitol Hill reveal growing apprehension among lawmakers and U.S. officials regarding Russia's secretive advancements in space weaponry. Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Michael R. Turner, R. Ohio, has publicly labeled Russia's activities as a serious national security threat, sparking widespread concern within the political arena. The exact nature of Russia's space-based arsenal remains shrouded in mystery, yet speculation abounds regarding the potential use of directed energy or even nuclear weapons to disable vital communication and intelligence satellites. This uncertainty has prompted urgent discussions among policymakers, with classified intelligence briefings being conducted to assess the extent of the danger posed by Russia's capabilities. In response to the escalating situation, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has announced plans to brief senior congressional leaders, including the Gang of Eight, on the evolving threat landscape. The White House has underscored the gravity of the situation, with President Biden directing Sullivan to ensure lawmakers are fully briefed on the matter. Amidst the geopolitical tension, the role of commercial satellite providers, such as Elon Musk's Starlink, has also come under scrutiny. Reports indicate that during the recent Ukraine conflict, Starlink played a crucial role in providing internet connectivity to the embattled nation, highlighting the increasing interplay between commercial ventures and national security interests in space. However, Russia's attempts to disrupt satellite communications during the conflict have raised concerns about the vulnerability of such systems, underscoring the need for robust defenses in the face of evolving threats. As the race for space dominance heats up, the international community watches with bated breath, aware that the fate of future conflicts may be decided far beyond the confines of Earth's atmosphere.
Now let's hear what average Americans feel.
My speculation, Section 702 surveillance uncovered the fact that Trump, Lindsey Graham, and a whole slew of Republican House members are compromised by Russian intelligence interests and are, in fact, working for Putin.
Exactly. Evidently, per CNN, Mike Johnson was quick to reassure the nation that steady hands are at the wheel. Coming from him, I choose to be extremely unreassured.
The House Speaker and members squandered all credibility long ago. Nothing is left whether or not this is or isn't critical. Have they ever read the kids' book, The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
Does Boeing need a new Star Wars program to get its profits back up? Does Russia or the Republicans need a shiny object to distract from their betrayal of Ukraine? Only time will tell. The idea of bombs in space was considered and abandoned in the 1960s. Stuff sitting in space in orbit is vulnerable to being shot down, unlike ballistic missiles, which are in the air for less than half an hour. The idea is just threatening because of the constant risk, but is ultimately just very stupid.
It should be obvious to every American that the destabilizing threat is Donald Trump. He should be designated a domestic terrorist and dealt with accordingly. The sooner the better.
Agree, and he's still ruling the Republicans even though he's out of office. Very disturbing.
He's ruling the Congress and the Senate too.
And soon the RNC.
Why Turner would share this cryptic but decipherable material with the public is beyond me. This is highly classified material, alerts Russia of our knowledge of their capabilities, and potentially compromises sources and methods. It is more than a little irresponsible.
Trump is the Manchurian idiot.
Then the GOP reps can share the classified information with TFG so he can sell it to his puppeteer Putin.
Manchurian cantaloupe.
You win today's prize.
Didn't Donald Trump create Space Force, the preeminent space power? I'm pretty sure we already have a powerful new agency that can take care of the Russian threat. What? All they have is uniforms. And space outfits with blue camouflage? Yes, I know they look cool, but jeepers. Another Trump fiasco.
Maybe it would be wise to stay quiet about national intelligence issues, instead of releasing cryptic statements that will only lead to uninformed speculation by the public.
Exactly correct. You just don't do stuff like this.
You do if Trump ordered you to do, and Trump gave Putin the info. Serious problems with Trump's GOP.
That dork was looking for his 15 minutes of fame, now he gets days of shame. The meeting was tomorrow, but that child had to run out in public and make a spectacle of himself. This House GOP is out of control. I think they'd cannibalize each other if they could.
I'm not speculating, but is the timing a coincidence, or did Carlson bring back Putin's plan for electing Trump? I don't know for sure. I'm just asking a question.
Let's distract from Trump's trials and the fact that Democrats picked up the House seat yesterday.
Talk about yelling fire in a crowded theater. Turner breathlessly announced this threat, which Mike Johnson said he was aware of last month, or so he says. And Turner wants all of Congress to be briefed on declassified info. Is he nuts? So the likes of Gosser, MTG or Ron Johnson can spill classified info to world for clicks and likes. Turner is using this to grandstand to deflect news from the NY seat loss, Merkel's impeachment and boondoggle they've made of border and foreign aid legislation. Now the speaker is backpedaling to quell the alarm he triggered in the US public's mind that his inflammatory announcement has triggered.
Get these clowns out of office.
US has new intelligence on Russian nuclear capabilities in space. Trump said Putin is a genius. Trump is an idiot. Putin is a threat that must be corralled, not be given free rein to attack our European allies as Trump would do. The issue is not whether Trump or Biden forgets things. The issue is who has a sound group of smart people around him to protect America. Trump fires anyone who doesn't kiss his big butt and do whatever Trump wants. And what Trump wants is not what is best for Americans. It is and always has been what's in it for Trump. How can anyone in their right mind back a sexual predator who wants immunity, freedom from prosecution, so he can do whatever he wants to their children?
So Russia wants to destroy the world because it doesn't like that the West lives better, and has always lived better than Russia, with its 19th century dirt roads and outhouses throughout most of its country. Putin's just jealous. He and his barbaric horde are also jealous that Ukrainians live better than Russians. His tiny little troll pride just can't take it.
Just like the old Soviet-era joke. An Italian, a Frenchman, and a Soviet are walking on the beach when they find a magic lamp. They rub it, and out pops a genie who grants each of them one wish. The Italian says, "My neighbor has a beautiful house. I don't have a beautiful house. I want a house as nice as my neighbor's." Poof, he gets a beautiful house. The Frenchman says, "My neighbor has a wonderful vacation estate in the south of France. I have no vacation estate. I want a vacation estate just like my neighbor." Poof, he gets a vacation estate. The Soviet says, "My neighbor has a goat. I don't have a goat. Kill my neighbor's goat."
Have been to Russia many times. Lots of people there do not support these idiotic Soviet, Russian ways. Many more are just fearful idiots that buy the propaganda, like the maggots. I feel sorry for anyone born there, as they will have few choices and a terrible life for the most part.
Russia could be a great country with its vast area and abundant natural resources if not for the pervasive corruption where everyone from the big guy on down through oligarchs, mafias to the traffic cop who stops you on some pretext takes his cut because they realize the system doesn't work. Their state is garbage, so grab what you can.
Yes, but how much national security information did traitor Trump give his spymaster Putin and his sycophant Republicans and Judge Cannon protect?
Defeat Trump in the primary, then Putin will lose all hopes and end the war.
Trump will win the primary, but when we beat him in November, I think that can bring Putin to the negotiating table.
All the while, Trump encourages Russia to attack Europe for supposedly not paying their NATO bills. Isn't Trump the guy who notoriously fails to even pay his own lawyers, never mind his being civilly and criminally charged with failing to pay taxes to his own country? Someone should write an article about it.
I'm not so sure Musk is really against employing Starlink militarily. He seems to be more concerned about Ukraine and its allies using it to their advantage against Russia specifically.
Thank you for all the great comments, and thank you for bookmarking radioai.ca. And for the final comment of the day, the Honorable Judgy Judgerston.
Thank you, Readwell. The Outer Space Treaty, established in 1967 under the United Nations, is a pivotal agreement shaping international space law. It prohibits the placement of nuclear weapons in space and ensures that outer space, including celestial bodies like the Moon, is used only for peaceful purposes. That itself is a major reason Russia won't be too aggressive, at least for now. I am guessing that this newest space threat, brought forward by Republicans, is yet another diversion or smokescreen to keep American voters focused on something other than the recent Santos seat reversal or the embarrassing impeachment fiascos that the Republicans created recently. I think the American government needs to keep a better eye on Elon Musk. We need to examine how he wields his power when it involves American national security. He has made a lot of anti-American comments lately, and it is clear he has his own agenda. Maybe average Americans should insist that billionaires actually pay some tax. That would be a start in ensuring we don't produce trillionaires that have more power than many countries. But that would require political reform because, as educated people know, America is owned and run by billionaires. Why else would we borrow trillions from China to give it back to billionaires as tax reductions? Why else would we not tax billionaires? If we taxed billionaires the way we tax the poor, then we would have no poverty in America. We would have fully paid health care. We would have free college and university. We could have a 4-day work week. The minimum wage could be $25. Sound like a miracle. Just get rid of corrupt policy and America will become fair for everyone. It's just that simple. America has rampant poverty and a deteriorating quality of life, all because Republicans are being force-fed cash by lobbyists, dictating their directions to accommodating corrupt Republicans, whom are willing to comply. We don't need to look to outer space to find new problems. We have plenty that need solving right here on Earth.